Hey guys, welcome back. This is Mac. Thank you for joining me for today's episode of On the Road Again. And today's episode is the first video of 2016. Happy New Year. Welcome to a new year. And I hope you got big things planned for 2016 for your three-gun game. And in today's episode, I just want to sort of lay out the plans for my channel for this year, set out some goals, because that's incredibly important to set a goal or a target for yourself. That way you're constantly striving for something in many areas of life. I mean, not just three-gun, but I do it for YouTube as well. So first off, for 2016, I hope to bring you guys a lot of really good content. 2015 I think was really the year that my channel sort of spread its wings, and I had a good amount of growth, actually more than I expected. So I hope that growth continues in 2016 and even gets better. I'm trying to build a community around my channel and around three-gun, specifically my series Three-Gun Life. And my primary objective for 2016, first off, is to finish that series. I sort of got sidetracked last year, and the 10-part series kind of bogged down in the middle. So before I really get into a lot of other things in 2016, first objective is we're going to finish the Three-Gun Life series, starting with the next episode, which will be episode 5, which will be titled something like 10 Things to Expect in Your First Three-Gun Match. And from there on, we'll be doing a few other things like examining ammunition choices, weird gear like three-gun carts and that sort of thing, as well as probably focusing an episode on each individual weapon. So look forward to that Three-Gun Life series picking right back up here early in 2016, and I'm hopefully going to finish that early in the year. Now I do have a couple of new series in mind for this year. I've actually already started one of them already, so if you've been following my channel here recently, you know that I've started a new series called Mystery Box Opening, and this is sort of my foray into the live streaming world. It's something that I've never really tried before, but I've tried it on like 2 or 3 occasions now, and I really enjoy doing it. It actually takes a lot of the work out of editing videos, believe it or not. So live streaming is a lot of fun. I'm still trying to work out how exactly to interact with viewers during the live stream, because that is the point, is to be able to answer questions and things while you're opening the box of parts that you got. So look for that series to continue. As I said in my last video, anytime I get some parts in the mail or anything from Strong Side Tactical or Stretch Precision, I'm going to leave it in the box until I have time to get the camera out and record opening it, and hopefully live streaming that directly to YouTube. So that's my first series, Mystery Box Opening, which will pick up with episode 3 here probably within the next week. Second is I'm really excited about another project build this year. I did go over most of these parts in my last video, which was Mystery Box Opening number 2, but I am building another dedicated three-gun rifle for this year. This will be a practical or a tactical optics rifle, and it's from muzzle to stock going to be completely 100% new parts. Really excited. We're probably going to get an entire series on my primary channel here just from the build, because I really want to go in detail some of the things that you have to pay particular attention to when you're building an AR-15 rifle. And then also all of the highlights for the parts and the promo videos will all go on the Strong Side Tactical channel. And sort of along those same lines, Stretch Precision, I've also started a channel for that company. That company's the one that just started up in the end of 2015 to exclusively make Stretch 16 barrels, and now they're being distributed to other vendors. So we're I'm going to be doing some content for the new line of Stretch 16 barrels for this year as well. That'll be on the Stretch Precision channel. If you haven't subscribed to that one already and you're interested in the Stretch 16 line of barrels, you're definitely going to want to subscribe there. There are a lot of interesting products coming out from Stretch Precision this year, so I'm going to stay tight-lipped on it for right now, but stay tuned. You're going to see some cool stuff. And some of that's going to cross over onto my primary channel here because I love building these things and doing this stuff so much that I can't hold back, really. I got to get content out of this stuff. I just enjoy it too much. So that's 2 series. Third, another series that sort of plays in with the live streaming. I've been planning this for about the past 2 months, and I've already sort of did a test run on this third series, but a third series that I'm going to call Bullet Points sort of plays off the name of my channel, but this is going to be a series where I live stream or do sort of a Google Hangouts type of talk or chat with someone else. I've never really had anybody else on my channel, but it's something I've always wanted to do. And actually the first episode that I'm going to try and record, I've already got lined up, and I'm really excited about this one, but I'm not going to tell you who it is. But typically what you're going to see from this series is me just talking with people that I either have relationships with or work with in the 3-gun community to sort of cross-promote each other, to help build each other's brand, maybe to highlight their parts if they're a manufacturer, but to sort of get a more in-depth conversation about some of the things that I'm interested in or some of the guns or parts I'm interested in, other than me just doing a review on my channel. I mean, if you've actually got the manufacturer on here explaining to you, this is why this part is good or this is why it's unique, to me there's really no better information that you can put out there. So series number 3, Bullet Points, some interviews and some interesting topics of conversation about things that I'm interested in. And fourth, I'm still a little bit nervous about this one, but as you all know, 2016 is a big election year. I've become very passionate about our gun rights and Second Amendment issues, especially with all the stuff in the news lately. Some of the proposed law changes and things that are wanting to be passed that just make absolutely no sense, and we owe it to ourselves to stay involved with all of these things. I've always stayed away from touchy issues such as politics here on my channel, but I really feel like I'm doing all of you and myself a disservice if I don't stay involved and make sure that the community that's watching my videos understands how important it is to stay involved in these things. I mean, our vote is the only thing that matters as far as how our rights are going to be protected with regard to firearms, not only this year, but in the years down the road when our kids are the ones who are wanting to shoot 3-gun or shoot in the shooting sports. And there are people making these laws who have absolutely no idea about our sport, who have no idea that there are safe, law-abiding gun owners out there that really enjoy shooting these types of guns in a safe manner. They see an AR-15. First off, they don't even know what it is. They don't know what any of the parts are called. They have no idea what the manual of arms for the weapon is. And they just see something that they think looks scary. And that type of ignorance just really aggravates the crap out of me. So what I'm going to do throughout this year leading up to the election is try to highlight some of the candidates and what they stand for, how they voted in the past, and what sort of platform they're running on. I'm not trying to tell anybody how to vote or anything, and I'm probably not going to tell anybody how I'm going to vote, but I just want people to understand how important this year is for these kinds of decisions, and you owe it to yourself to know going into each election, leading up to the presidential election, to know who you're voting for and what you're voting for. So we will sort of talk about these kind of things, and it might be in a sort of a vlog setting like this. Maybe I'll review a candidate, talk about what they stand for as far as the Second Amendment goes. And just so people know, there's nothing worse than somebody going and casting a vote for somebody who they don't know anything about, and they don't know anything about what that person stands for and how they vote. So stay tuned for that. Hopefully that's something you'll be interested in. If it is, please let me know below. And just always remember, guys, it's not so much about who we put into the Oval Office as president, but the biggest voice that we have is to our representatives and senators in Congress, because they are the ones who are going to be attempting to pass most of these laws. So never forget that those people are important, that we stay in their ear, and they know how we feel, and they know how we vote, and they know what our stance is on these rights that we were born with. And no politician can take that away from us. We were born with those rights. And finally, for this year, I just plan on sort of randomly vlogging a little bit more. Hopefully the quality of this video is better, because it's the first video that I filmed on my GoPro. Santa brought me a GoPro Hero this year, and right now, this is the first video that I've filmed in 2.7K. If you don't know what that is, it's better than 1080. It's not quite as good as 4K, but now that I have a GoPro, it'll be a lot easier to just suction mount it to the windshield like I have here, and do some recording. So it's just some random vlogs, continuation of the On the Road Again series, because that's what I'm doing. I'm on the road again. And as always, I will always be putting up reviews of different parts, or maybe if I'm able to purchase a few guns this year, I'll absolutely be reviewing those on the channel. And another thing that I really would like to do this year is do a little more 300 blackout coverage. It's really interesting to me. I don't get to shoot it as often as I would like, just because it's cost prohibitive, and you know, most of the time I have to reload ammo to be able to go out and shoot it. So I really want to get back into filming some 300 blackout, get out and shoot my 300 blackout more, and definitely do some hunting videos with my 300 blackout SBR. Now, in the beginning of the video, I talked a little bit about setting goals for yourself, and this is important, I think, in a lot of different areas of life. It's important in a shooting sport like 3-gun. I think it's like critically important to set a yearly goal for yourself. For instance, in 2015, my yearly goal was to dedicate the entire year to getting better with a shotgun. I've always been a shotgun shooter first and foremost, but I knew that there was a lot of area for improvement there, and I was really happy with my progress throughout the year. I was able to get pretty good at quad loading, to which the last match of the year that I shot, I quad loaded 100%. I didn't drop any shells. I didn't go quite as fast probably as I could, but that's always sort of been my philosophy in matches, is to get shells in the gun and scale back and go a little bit slower, you know, than your maximum speed. So for 2016, I've sort of got a 2-part goal, and I have to take sort of my objectives from my performance in the last match that I shot. I really need to focus on handgun this year, and I feel like the best thing I can do, specifically at home, without having to spend a lot of money, you know, sending rounds downrange, it's just more dry fire. I really need to dry fire on a more consistent basis. And that's going to mean setting up a schedule each week, trying to find time when I can either get out in the garage or out in the backyard if it's still daytime, and practice dry fire. And sort of take that a little bit further, I got to stop screwing around with my guns. I mean, adding parts, changing out parts, you just never get completely comfortable with your gun, but it's always different every time you shoot a match. So I'm planning on not changing anything on my Glock 34 this year. I'm obviously not going to be changing to a different kind of handgun. I'm sticking with my Glock 34. I love that thing. It's probably getting to be my favorite handgun at this point. And I'm going to stop changing out parts, and I'm just going to shoot it and dry fire it for the entire year, try to get as good as I can. And specifically practicing a lot more dry firing and a lot more longer range engagements. Because in matches, I've found that I do the worst when I'm testing with long range pistol stages. That's the first half of my objective for 2016. The second half is almost the same exact thing, but with the rifle. I shot my rifle like really poorly at Fort Benning, and I was almost like really disappointed with how I did. I've always prided myself on being a good rifle shooter, and the thing that match did was it put me, or as a shooter, it puts you in really awkward positions to where you just were not comfortable. There was a lot of cardio, exertion right before you would shoot the rifle, so your heart rate was up, breathing heavy, and you were usually in some really weird shooting position that was just uncomfortable. So I've got to spend some time this year with my rifle, just getting comfortable with my zero, knowing where my scope and where my rifle is going to be hitting at all of my different ranges, and then just practicing weird shooting positions, like get down reverse prone at some weird height, because I'm sure I'm never at the right height. It seems like I'm always too high or too low. So I'm just going to have to get out there in the range and just practice weird positions. So those are my 3-gun goals for the year: is better with pistol and better with weird shooting positions with the rifle. And to take that a little bit further, I've also set some goals this year for myself with my YouTube channel. First and foremost is to branch out more and do some more cross promotion, both with other people from the community and also on other websites. So actually this past week, I did start a Facebook page for my YouTube channel. I've never really done Facebook, and I've never really seen the need to, but simply to help the channel grow and help the community around my channel grow more, I do realize how it would be important to do that, because it's such a different type of interaction, and it does allow me to sort of talk back and forth with people, answer questions that I get on my YouTube videos, or just quick back and forth Q&A about parts or guns or whatever. So you can find the link to that Facebook page directly below in the description, or from my YouTube channel. If you look at the header at the top, you'll see the small links on the left-hand side of the page, and you'll see the little Facebook logo. If you click on that, it takes you right to it. So once again, this is Mac. Thanks for joining me for this actually pretty long episode of On the Road Again. Episode number 1 of 2016 on the new GoPro. Hopefully quality of the video and audio is great. I'm looking forward to getting this home and editing it and seeing what it looks and sounds like. Please, if you haven't already, subscribe to my YouTube channel. You can do that a couple of different ways. There is a red subscribe logo down in the bottom left-hand corner of this video, or you can subscribe directly below this video. And so do that so you'll immediately be notified every week when I upload videos. Once again, this is Mac. And be safe out there when you go to the range. Take a new shooter shooting and expose them to the world of 3-gun. I know they'll fall in love with it just like I have. We'll see you next time.
Once again, thanks for watching. And I'd like to encourage you to subscribe to my channel. You can do that by clicking on the video on the upper left. As a subscriber, you'll be immediately notified every time I upload a video on a weekly basis. And these videos include guns and gear reviews, as well as content that's always related to 3-gun. And also, to watch more of my most popular videos, click on the video on the lower left. Once again, this is Mac. As always, be safe out there, and we'll see you next time.